U.S. President-elect Donald Trump is believed to have something up his sleeve for a change in U.S. foreign policy on Syria. The real estate tycoon has already announced that his approach to Syria will be a unique one. Signs of a shift in the new administration's foreign policy have already emerged. Trump, throughout his campaign, has already praised Russia and the Syrian government for battling Daesh terrorists.
I think Donald Trump understands that there is no moral equivalence whatsoever to be drawn between President Assad and the government he leads in Damascus and Daesh/ISIS or ISIL. And this moral equivalence is one that has been drawn throughout the conflict by Washington under the Obama administration. And he understands that if there's going to be any transition, political transition in Syria, once terrorism has been defeated.
On the other hand, the Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has declared that Donald Trump could be a natural ally in the fight against terrorists. Reports suggest that Trump's eldest son, Donald Trump Jr., met with the pro-Russian Syrian politician Randa Kassis nearly a month ahead of the November 8th election. Kassis is the leader of a Syrian opposition group which supports political transition in cooperation with the Syrian government. Finding a way to cooperate with Russia to end the conflict in Syria topped the agenda of the meeting, which was held in Paris and was attended by 30 people, including diplomats, politicians, and businessmen. The meeting has already raised eyebrows both in the U.S. and overseas, strengthening the expectations that the new U.S. administration may work with Russia to end the conflict in Syria. Meanwhile, some other reports say that Donald Trump has already started secret talks with Russia, Turkey, and Jordan in an effort to launch a joint operation against Daesh terrorists in Syria. Trump's national security advisor, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, is reportedly in close touch with the head of the Russian Security Council, Nikolai Patrushev, as well as President Tayyip Erdogan of Turkey and Jordan's King Abdullah. It has been reported that discussions have already been underway to prepare for a combined attack on Daesh terrorists both in Syria and Iraq. The latest disclosures have strengthened concerns among U.S. allies, including Saudi Arabia, that Donald Trump may reverse Washington's policy on Syria.
Of all the policies that Trump pledged that he would carry through or carry forward if he was elected to the White House, foreign policy is the one in which he's remained consistent. And it's clear by some of the stories that are emanating, some of the conversations that have been emanating regarding plans that have been put in place to carry forward his foreign policy, that he intends to do so with vigour and determination.
With the Syrian army gaining more ground in the battle against the foreign-backed militants across Syria, particularly in the flashpoint city of Aleppo, it seems that even the U.S. President-elect has concluded that terrorism in Syria can only be uprooted in collaboration with the country's democratically elected government. Trump's stance on Syria will definitely pose complicated foreign policy challenges for him. His possible break from the Obama administration's policy on Syria may also give rise to a paradigm shift in the Middle East region.
Many of us who were watching the presidential campaign with interest were hoping that this would be the case in the event that he did enter the White House, because what it means is a marked departure from the cognitive dissonance, the hypocrisy and the contradictions that have underpinned Washington's policy towards the Middle East, and in particular towards the conflict in Syria, up to this point.
It is yet to be seen how Trump will avert conflicts of interest with U.S. allies like Saudi Arabia and Turkey, which continue supporting anti-government militant groups in Syria. Trump is also expected to face serious challenges in convincing the Republican majority Congress to cooperate with Russia on Syria.